Welcome back to the Full Court Press podcast. After Thanksgiving edition, we planned on recording the week of, but it kind of got a little crazy. But we're back and we're ready to go, and we're ready to talk about some cup action and what we feel about it, and then we'll get into some of our fantasy. I guess we're doing Cop Shop Drop today.
Yeah,
And yeah, so we'll go from there. Joined as always by my good friend Ben. How you doing, Ben?
I'm good, man. I'm still making my way through the potatoes. So, tonight's the last night of mashed potatoes. So, thank
I
God.
heard I heard something that said that these people were talking about the fact that they don't serve mashed potatoes for their Thanksgiving. And I was like, that's got to be one of the better
Really? That's
things.
like,
They're like, oh, they're they'll last. They're like least. And it's like what the hard thing about mashed potatoes is like people are like, I don't like mashed potatoes. Half the thing you have to do it yourself. So
yeah.
you're
Oh,
basically
yeah.
saying that you can't prepare a potato well enough.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's because the good mashed potatoes takes a little effort, but they're not that hard. You just
No.
got to put some good stuff in it.
Salt, pepper,
Yeah, a little cream,
some
a little
paprika,
butter.
a little cream, a little butter,
It's perfect.
bacon,
Yeah,
bacon bits on
man.
top.
That's surprising. I read that Gen Z mac and cheese is their number one side. And I'm like, I love mac and cheese, but it's not really Thanksgiving side in my
No. Are you
experience.
are you a big Thanksgiving person? Like your family and stuff? Are y'all big
Not
Thanksgiving people?
not really. I mean, we celebrate it, but we're not like, you know. I mean, I didn't even go see my family for the holiday, so that's how much we celebrate it. But no, I've always, I don't really do turkey anymore. I just do salmon or steak or shrimp or all three like I did this time. So
Yeah. Yeah, we did
that's kind of what we do.
we did chicken. We did
Yeah.
three types of chicken. We did a Cajun chicken. We did like a my wife did a like a oven roasted chicken with like herbs and stuff on it. It was good. It's like
Yeah.
a if you ever had Texas Roadhouse herb chicken, it's
Yeah.
just like that. It's really good.
Nice.
And then my father-in-law did a beer butt chicken.
Ooh,
It's
that
pretty
sounds
good.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
anything's better than turkey. Turkey's
Yeah.
not bad, but there's just so much better than turkey. That
Well, there's a new podcast, and people know Dude Perfect, but they have a new podcast called Almost Athletes, which I thought was like the greatest name of a podcast probably ever.
yeah,
Anyway, but they talked about that. They talked about like Garrett Hilbert talked about the fact that he's like, why do we cook turkey? Nobody likes it, so they do like
yeah,
brisket one year, and they do like steaks, and they do like pizza party one year, and so it's like
yeah.
I think that's way better than
I totally agree. But I mean, speaking of mixed reviews, leading into
yeah
the NBA Cup,
yeah.
I really just wanted to get your thoughts on this is only the second year they've done it, I believe, right?
Third
Third. I don't
third year,
remember
yeah.
the
The
first one
Lakers
very much.
won. Lakers won the first year with LeBron.
Oh,
And
that's right.
then
I know the
then the
Pacers
Pacers won
they
last
beat the
year.
Bucks last year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Either one of those two teams won, Bucks or Pacers.
Yeah, but and those were pretty good games. Those finals, I remember those. But it's just kind of an under the radar thing that I mean, I do like elements of it, but I wanted to get your thoughts before we talk more about this year's.
Um, in general, I think it's okay. I get the concept. The concept is that you want to make games matter
Hmm.
in October, November, December, and not that they don't matter for regular season purposes or whatever, but like you want to get fans interactions and you want to be like fans are excited because they're doing a cup night and they're doing cool jerseys or whatever.
Hmm.
So
Cool courts.
yeah, you gain the casual fan back for those months, but for a fan of that, I'm gonna watch no matter what.
Hmm.
I don't find it any different than watching just a regular game. I don't think the players really find it that different. The only thing is that like a player won't get punched in the face for scoring late in games,
Yeah,
like a blowout or something. Like so that's like I don't know how that doesn't affect me. I think that they should stop it just because I hate the courts. The
yeah.
courts are ugly. I mean, they got like the Minnesota Timberwolves court, which is
God,
bright
yeah.
green. They should just not. Did you hear about the Lakers when the Lakers played the
I
Mavs
did, yeah.
and Luka and LeBron basically like vetoed the court and because it was bright yellow and they thought it was ugly or whatever and they were like we're not doing this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they took it away. They just played on a regular court, which is fine. That's the way you should do it. Maybe you do
yeah,
like a little logo or something in the middle, but like who needs the bright yellow, bright red, blue? Like blue's okay because it's muted a little bit, but like
hmm
the red, the green, the yellows, it's ugly. It's hard. It's hard
yeah.
to watch.
I agree. They're trying to prop it up maybe a little bit too much in that sense, but the concept I like you mentioned, it's kind of to get people involved in the early goings, but I think they tried to model it kind of like European soccer in some ways, where they have like a tournament within the season to kind of, offer, and those games for those tournaments don't count towards the European soccer season like NBA does, but that was kind of their way to do it. So I like
No,
that.
and I like the fact. I also like that they give the prize. It's like $1 million per player or something, which
Yeah,
for the guys at the end of the bench really like it's a difference maker. They're making
absolutely. Yeah.
whatever. I mean, they're still making a lot of money, but like not $1 million that goes in the bank account is a huge deal. So I like it for that respect, but I don't. I think the first year vets were like, we're gonna win it for our young guys, like the guys at the end of the
hmm
bench. Is like a motivating factor. But nowadays, it's at 2 or 3 years in, they're not.
Yeah, it seems
They
to
don't
have
care
lost a
anymore.
little bit of steam, but I agree, and I think that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as, you know, it does matter in some sense just because you want your, younger guys to get that money, but uh, every game that they're playing, like, they're going to have to play it regardless, right? So
Yeah,
it's,
it's
at least to them, it's not like this. I don't think the players think of it as this huge ordeal, other than that the courts are terrible and whatnot. Things like that. Everything else is pretty much the same, but to get an added bonus of like, hey, we're going to get an extra 50K just for being in the game, and then it goes up from there up to 500K for winning the thing. Like,
mm,
as a player, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. Let's do it. Give
yeah,
us more
right.
money. That's fantastic. Just don't make us play on that court.
But for guys like LeBron who make
Yeah,
60 million a year, they don't care. That
sure. Yeah,
another 500K is not going to change their life at
definitely.
all.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, you think
and
teams like the Thunder and some of the younger guys with, now the Thunder have better contracts for their guys, but at the time, those players on the Pacers and, you know, some of the Lakers guys that they were stringing together a couple years ago, just that was good money for them. And it's just a nice little bonus that I'm just want to see how it does with the fan interaction this year, because it seems like it's kind of lost a little bit of steam so far, but maybe the bracket will change things.
yeah, and I think a lot of the NBA execs thought they must have thought, well, we have this European influx coming over
Mm-hmm.
with top 5 players, top I guess 4 for sure. Well, I guess 5 are all Europeans. If you count, I mean,
Yep.
Shea's from Canada, but
Yeah. I mean,
like they're all Europeans. That mid-season tournament's huge in Europe. They do it all in a lot of leagues over there. Um, so I think they thought that we'll get the Europeans will for sure connect with this. Well, they're not. Jokic doesn't care. He barely cares about winning the finals. Um,
yeah.
like Shea cares, but like not really. He's more now. He's won a championship. He's more just championship focused. Like these guys, the top guys that they're trying to hook or trying to get
Yeah.
they don't care.
Yeah. Maybe at least they're just wanting to win games at the very least.
Yeah.
And then if it happens to get them to the final, then yeah, I'll try a little harder maybe in the final just to win that trophy. But yeah, I don't think it, like I said, I don't think it impacts them too much on the day to day, other than, you know, oh yeah, we get a little bit extra money. Cool. No big deal. But other than, I'm hoping these last couple games, it seemed like in the last 2 years, at least the semifinals and the finals were pretty energetic, and people were into those. I remember talking about those with Doug and some other people of just like, oh, you're gonna watch the NBA Cup final. So it has a little bit of traction, but I'm curious this year if it's going to maintain that. There are some pretty good teams in the bracket.
No, for sure. And I can pull up the bracket.
Yeah, just
I'll
to
pull it up.
show kind of. I mean, you got some small market, you've got some bigger market. So I think there will be a decent spread this year.
Yeah. So on the on one side we have the I guess it's East West. Yeah. So on the West side we have OKC going against the Suns, the Lakers, and the Spurs, and then on the East we have the Magic going up against the Heat and the Raptors against the Knicks.
Yeah,
Um, any of those matchups stand out to you? We can go by one, but
yeah. We'll just look at them real quick. I mean, I think probably the best matchup is, I would say, OKC and the Suns.
that's tough. Well, Booker's hurt now. He hurt
That's
his
true.
groin or
Yeah,
something, so he's not gonna. Well, I don't know. He's reevaluated in a week, so
yeah.
we'll see if he plays.
and the Spurs are still missing Wemby, and he's not going to play for that. So
Yeah, but they
I
get
mean,
Fox back, and Fox is playing really well.
yeah, I mean that'll probably be competitive. I think the most competitive may be the Magic Heat.
Yeah,
Actually, just I
in-state
mean,
rivalry type deal. Yeah.
yeah, I think Paulo will still probably be out. It's possible that he's well, yeah, he may. I know he's questionable today, but he probably won't play. So he may be back, but still TBD.
I don't know that Paolo is making that much of a difference for him.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, they've kind of strung together a few wins here and there, but I feel like that may be a competitive game. The Heat haven't looked particularly great in the last week or so.
Yeah, but they get Tyler Hero back. He's back. He's been back for, I guess, a week now.
Yeah, I mean they've got their
So
guys back now, which is good. But as far as
I
talent
think just
comparison,
I think for the Heat, they I don't know where they are in the ranking. I think they're pretty. I think they're out of playoff picture right now. I'm not sure though. I have to, no, the Heat.
oh the Heat, yeah, I
Um,
think they're a little bit farther back. They're down towards the 8 to 10 range.
so for teams like that, where it's like they're fighting for maybe this is like a big deal. You know, maybe
Hmm.
it's a momentum builder as they go into the Christmas break and stuff. Um, so that could be a factor where I think teams like OKC they they don't they need the wins as far as like this first matchup I guess counts and then the second one doesn't or the last two games don't count for record wise.
I think it's just the final.
Is
If
it?
I'm, I think so. Yeah, they kind of work it in somehow. I'm not sure how, but at least that's what I
But
remember last year. I don't know if it's changed this year.
I think the Oklahoma City Thunder they just overall their team is just better than
Yeah,
than the Suns
yeah,
and
they
so
should roll probably easily
yeah
into the semis, and I'd probably
for
take
sure
the Lakers over the Spurs. Just
yeah. I
oh,
mean you
we'll
have the
see. I
best
mean,
player.
they do, and I mean Luka's out this next game, but I think he'll be back after that. So
Yeah.
I
He'll be
would
back
take
for
the
these.
Lakers.
If nothing more than the NBA will say, "Hey,
Yeah,
this guy's got to play."
yeah, yeah.
You
They
got
kind of need
LeBron
him.
who doesn't care about anything. Did you see a clip of him and JJ Redick?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
There's a JJ Redick's calling a play for LeBron after a made basket, and LeBron's in the left corner next to the Suns bench. Yeah, Suns bench, and he's just chatting it up with the guys on the bench,
Really?
and JJ Redick's like, Bron, trying to get his attention, and he can't get
Yeah.
his attention, and so JJ Redick has to call a timeout. Calls a timeout, and LeBron just stands down there chatting it up with just randos on the end of the bench of the Suns,
Jeez.
and JJ Redick's like, what the like. LeBron does not care. He does not care
Yeah.
about anything other than getting a paycheck, and that's it. and
Yeah.
is
Maybe.
watching his son, I guess.
I guess he's just gonna let Luca run it until they get to the finals.
Oh yeah, yeah. Him
If
and
they,
Reeves.
yeah. I don't think they're gonna get to the finals, but
Then nobody's been this Oklahoma City Thunder team is
yeah.
so good. It's insane.
Which
But
I mean, I would then take the Thunder to get to the finals in this bracket as well, regardless of if it's the Lakers or Spurs.
yeah, yeah. I think the Thunder are gonna roll. The Lakers probably give them like you talked about the best competition, but I still think they get past them. But
Yeah,
on the East side, the Raptors are playing pretty good. I
they
mean,
are. Yeah,
they're on like they were on like a 10-game win streak, and I think they just lost a couple days ago, but they're playing pretty good.
they're definitely playing a lot better than they were. I mean, the Knicks are a pretty solid team so far too, but they're missing a couple
Yeah.
guys. So
Yeah,
are you
and
taking the Raptors there?
um, yeah, I think I am. I like Scotty Barnes the way he's playing. I like the way Brandon Ingram's kind of playing. You know, he's always been just a primary scorer, but the way that they move this ball around, and they're just kind of like they're playing in a way that's like win by committee.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably
I
because
like
they have
that.
to.
I like it. Well, they have to, yes, but I like that style where it's like
Yeah,
we're swinging the ball around, we're moving it around, and then like if you're open, shoot the ball, and
yeah,
that's what they're doing. And Quickly's playing great. And Scotty Barnes is scoring 40, and like Brandon Ingram's getting 25 a game, and I know Barrett. I don't think he may have just came back, but I think he was hurt for a little bit.
yeah.
But he was playing great
banged up.
before that.
Yeah,
I like the way they're playing. I think they're cohesive. They got a lot of talent. They got shooting. Grady Dick's a great player. Not a great player, but like for that system. He fits it well. He spaces the floor well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take the Raptors into the next round.
Yeah. So do you have the Heat or the Magic?
I think I'm taking the Heat. I think they're just a little healthier and probably a little bit more talent out there, playing a little bit better than the Magic are currently. And Magic just seem inconsistent to me, so it's hard to see them beating the Heat in this case. I mean, they could easily win too, but I think I'm taking the Heat.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see like what version of players you're gonna get. That's where it's like the Heat are consistent. Bam's gonna be Bam. He's gonna get you 20 and 10 and a couple blocks. You know, Tyler Hero's gonna score. Jaime Jaquez is playing great. Norman Powell is fitting in just like he did with the Clippers. Kind of stepped into this role just like that one, playing great.
Yeah, they got Wiggins back too.
Wiggins is back, which is I don't know how they feel about that, but they've been trying to trade him for 2 years now. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Or I guess a year. They just got him. They just got Wiggins, didn't they?
Yeah, they got him.
As soon as they got him, they felt like they
for
they felt
Butler.
like they wanted to trade him.
I know.
But you just never know. Like, what version of Suggs are you going to get? Are you going to go score that
Right.
game, or what version of Bane are you going to get? What is Paolo going to be efficient that game? It's hard, but the Heat have the number one offense in the NBA, and it's tough to beat.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Heat, but I think Heat Raptors. I probably would go with the Raptors. I feel like they probably fit the kind of like we've been talking about the younger team that is hungry for it and wants to make it count. They actually care about the tournament itself. Not that the
For
Heat
sure.
don't, but I could just see the Raptors having that mentality.
I think the Raptors organization, small market organizations, are gonna care about this tournament more than
Yeah,
the Heat and the Lakers. These in New York. They don't. They want NBA championships. They don't care about. I feel like they don't care about mid-season tournament type
yeah.
things.
I mean, it's so new too. I don't think they've fully adjusted, but that's kind of what I guess we're getting to is this cup gonna stick around? I think in some sense it will, but is it something
it
that's
will.
gonna keep doing what they're doing here, and all the small market teams are gonna dominate the finals?
I think it will, just because I think Vegas will keep paying the NBA to host
Yeah.
it. Um,
I mean, Prime's probably got a good contract with them, so
yeah, so I mean, this as long as the NBA is going to get money from somewhere, they'll keep doing it.
yeah,
It does, but like I said, like we talked about, it doesn't affect anybody other than two teams, the teams that go to the championship. Other than that, you're really just getting
yeah,
regular season matchups that just
Right.
happen to mean a little bit more than a regular season game.
Yeah.
So for the two teams that make it to the finals where it doesn't count for anything, it doesn't change anything. It's just a added bonus, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I guess in my opinion, then, as in Shark Tank, and for that reason, I'm in on this cup because I want, at least one game will matter some more, and then I guess it's not going to count towards the standings, but at least it's something you can watch that's teams are trying hard and they want to win that last game, and you get to see a little bit more maybe small market teams than you might see on TV just because they're caring about this tournament. So I mean, it's not like this huge win sort of tournament that's like everyone's, oh, this is the best thing ever, but
Yeah.
if it's between this and 3 or 4 regular season games in comparison, I guess I'll take the small win.
Yeah. I guess I'm with you on that too. I don't know. I just
But I'd like to be more excited about it, but I don't.
like I said, yeah. I mean, like I say, like I said before, for people like me and you, where we're gonna watch games no matter what,
Yeah,
it just doesn't move me. But if the NBA is getting a couple hundred casual fans to tune into a game because the court's blue, I don't know. Like, cool. I don't know.
yeah. Well, what could they do to change it to make it more interesting to like us, a typical NBA fan or more of a diehard fan?
I think it would just have to be around longer, and I'd have to see that the players, when they get to the championship games, are really playing hard because it
Yeah.
really matters to them. I just don't see a difference in players and teams when they play these cup games.
Yeah,
No, the intensity's not higher, the atmosphere is not better. I don't know. I just have to. It have to go on for 10 plus years to build some sort of like rapport, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Um, where it's like, okay, cool. In these championship games, they have always been competitive and super fun to watch, and then like, okay, cool.
yeah, I could see that. I guess my thought too is, you know, how the All Star game used to be like super intense in the '80s, '90s, and early 2000s, and that kind of fell off as
Right.
I guess our generation has taken over a lot more. I wonder
Hmm.
if, you know, obviously the NBA Cup didn't start out that high quality like those All Star games used to be, but I don't know what we can do, I guess, with either of those, but to make them want to try harder. Like we're already incentivizing it with more money, although it's not a large amount. Maybe they increase that amount depending on how it does in the
Yeah.
market, or I'm not sure how else you could really give them a prize for competing at a higher level because, I mean, whatever they've done for the All Star game just hasn't
I
worked
mean,
for so long.
I've always been. I used to love the way baseball did
Yeah,
their All Star game, where the winner. I don't think they do it anymore, but they used
no,
to.
yeah,
Where the
that was
winner of the
cool.
All Star game got home field advantage
Yeah,
in the World Series.
yeah,
I think that I was like, that's great. It
yeah,
gives you like these teams are going to play hard, and I know that All Star game. There's nothing they can do. They can do that maybe try to get some incentive or whatever, but I don't think they ever will do that. But they could do it for this.
right.
They could say winner gets whatever trophy, blah blah blah. But the true winner, East West, that is the home court advantage in
Yeah,
the finals,
yeah. I mean,
and that
that
would get people going.
could be something. I mean, because I just think like if you're not a soccer fan, it won't make as much sense. But you know, they have their in-season tournaments, and they do one for their country, they do one for their clubs. You know, they do a
Hmm.
bunch of other ones too. But the ones that are in their country, like all of Spain does one tournament, and you get a trophy, and it's like a big thing you want to accomplish every year. Is you want to win your domestic league, you want to win your international league, you want to win club, country, everything. But for basketball, it's like, oh well, we have this small little tournament that nobody really cares about. But if you can somehow make that trophy matter more, then I could see people actually taking it serious.
I think soccer has an interesting way of doing things as far as like you you have to win games. You have to. Otherwise you'll be demoted.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
love that. I
Oh,
love
it's
that because
great.
like every game it matters because if you go on a huge losing streak or whatever and you get kicked out of the whole league, you're like literally like get out, go to
Yeah.
the next tier and then try to fight your way next year. And it's like wow, like can you imagine if like the G League just like
Yeah.
split off and they became like their own league and then you could just like get the Nets out of here, you know?
I know exactly. That's my thought too. Like the
Like get the
Sonics
Nets
would be
out of
back,
here.
you know?
Yeah, get Vegas to have a team,
Yeah.
Seattle, get Vancouver back, like you get all these, Mexico City can have a team. Um, it's just like really that would be interesting to
Yeah.
me. Get the Hornets out of here, hit the Nets out of here, get the whole Eastern Conference out of here.
Yeah, because I mean,
Uh,
obviously, you'd have to redo a bunch of stuff how the league's oriented, and it may not work.
right.
But I agree. Like there's something to relegation that really inspires teams to at least try. And there's no such thing as tanking because you're going to lose a bunch of money if you're not in the top league
Yeah.
year
For
over
sure.
year. So you have to try. And when
Now
you cheat too, you get penalized, and then you lose points, and then you're docked, and that costs you a lot of money. So
I'm no expert on soccer by any means, but I wonder how it works. These top guys that get paid the big bucks, right?
yeah,
They're not on teams that would even be considered to move, I would imagine. Because if you move down a league or whatever, uh, are you still paid the same? Like if you,
no. So your team would still have to pay you the same, yes,
yeah,
but you
that's
probably
interesting.
would transfer at that point. So it's
Oh yeah,
it's a little easier to, you know, they would basically just force a trade like the NBA would. So it doesn't
interesting.
happen too much because most of those big players don't want to go to teams that are kind of in that jeopardy of
Right.
getting relegated because they've usually got 20 teams in their league, so only the
Yeah.
bottom three get sent to the bottom or to the next league.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, maybe that's the way to do it. I think overall this thing is interesting. It's interesting to watch. I'll watch the final. Even
Yeah,
though whatever, I'll keep tabs on it. Um, and as
yeah,
far as if it brings in a couple casual fans to watch, then the NBA's done what it wants to do, and that's good for the league that I enjoy watching. So it's
yeah.
as simple as that, really.
So you got Thunder or Raptors?
Oh, I got the Thunder if they
Yeah.
make it there. I just don't
Okay.
think I think this team is gonna win. I think that they could potentially beat the record that the Warriors
Yeah.
set.
You hear the Warriors players thought that they could too. They
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
them
or
about it.
Draymond.
Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah, they're good. Oh man, they're insane.
Yeah.
And they have the Clippers pick this
Ugh.
year, and they could end up having the Clippers suck, and they could end up trading James Harden, and they could end up
Yeah.
trading Kawhi, and then the Thunder will have a top 5 pick in what's considered like one of the best drafts to happen in the last
Uh-huh.
10 years. And it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
they
give
just
me a
continue
break.
to get richer.
That Paul George deal
Ugh.
absolutely killed the league.
Well, didn't kill. I don't like Paul George, so
Yeah,
it made me happy.
I don't like Paul George either, but
Yeah.
it is
We'll
what
see.
it is. I
I'll
don't
take
know.
I'll take the Raptors then, just to be on the other
It'd
side.
be fun. All right. Well, it'd be interesting. We'll have to see if they get if our prediction's correct.
Yep. Stay tuned.
um, to move on, I guess we can go into a little. Well, I guess do you want to talk about our predictions from a couple weeks ago? Did we have that?
Yeah. We should. So we'll go back into the Cop Shop drop. Wanted to do a little review just to show that one, we kind of know what we're talking about, but also own up to where we definitely didn't know what we were talking about. So always
Right.
good to just do a quick review. And we had in our Cop list, we had Norman Powell and Jalen Duren. And Norman Powell's big win. So good
Yeah.
pick by you. I think you put
Up
him on
10.
there. Up 10 fantasy points per game, which, I mean, anything up to me is a win. So
Yeah.
whether that's
For sure.
0.1 points or 10 in this case, but 10 is a great win. So that was I think we could all see that one coming as he was coming back from injury. But still, if you could pull it off and grab him in a trade at that point, good job. And Jalen Duren, technically a loss, only by 4 points, 4.1 points. But
47 instead of 51.
oh, I know. So
Pshaw.
we counted it as a loss still, but in our hearts and in our fantasy teams, we're still like, man, he's playing great, and he's still keeping it up about that. This was last week's data, but he's had a pretty decent week, so should be hovering right around that 47-ish. So not really a big loss in my opinion, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
The shop list. So Joel Embiid.
Man, you should have. If you could have traded that guy away, man.
Oh
Good
my
for
gosh.
you.
That was
Hasn't
probably the
played.
exact time because he has played. I think he played one game this week on
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday, and other than that, no points. So
He's out. He's so
Yeah.
out of that team. And Paul George is back, and Paul George kind of fits well with what they're doing a little bit.
a little bit.
But yeah, Joel's just he's on a new team. He's on the way out somewhere. I don't know where, but I don't know if anybody. Honestly, I haven't heard anybody even talk about like trade speculations for him. I don't know
I don't
if
think
anybody
they
can.
could sell him. He's just so beat up. I don't know anybody wants to give up much for him. Like even fantasy wise, I'm not going to trade for him. But if you were to trade for him, you can't get that much. Maybe it's just a player that plays, but nobody's going to want to take him on.
He'd have to play starting now until the All-Star break for me to consistently every game almost play. I mean, other than like back-to-backs, if they sit him, I get it. But like to me to even consider even trying to trade for him, I would have to see him play for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, which is just not going to happen, I don't
Yes.
think. So
Right.
that's definitely a win for us. And then Keontae George was another
Yeah.
loss. He's kept it up. I'm impressed. I'll give it to him. He's definitely outperformed what I thought he was going to do.
I expected more from Collier than he has given. Keontae George has just taken his job. I mean, he just said like,
Yeah.
you can sit on the bench there, buddy.
Yeah.
Clayton. I expected more from him too. The rookie they got, but I think they like Keontae George's size, and obviously he's creating off the dribble and stuff like that is better than those two. But I expected Keontae to switch to a 2 and then have one of those guys be the point, which they just have stuck with Keontae, which is working for him.
Well, he's shooting really well still, and I still worry that it'll drop a little bit, but I think he's proven, at least over these last 2-3 weeks, that he's capable of maintaining it. So we gotta.
He did have that absolute stinker of a game the other day.
Yeah, which he'll have those. He's not the most efficient shooter, but his numbers are up still, so we gotta take the L on that one. So that's 2-2. And then our drops, Herb Jones, easy win.
Yeah,
he has not played that much, and his numbers are only gotten worse. So that was pretty.
If you don't have your stars, he's not going to do anything for you because he's not going to create himself. So you got to have Zion playing. You got to have a point guard, that can run the offense. And Fears isn't doing that yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, So I think he's just a bad by circumstance.
Yeah, only gotten worse. So it was a good time to drop when he did. Hopefully 3 weeks ago. And Ayo Dosunmu, he was technically 0.1 points above what he was doing, but now that has since dropped in this past week. So we will take the win on that one as well. And I don't think he's going to have much of a role moving forward, it doesn't seem.
It just depends. Chicago's doing something because they came out with their injury report today, and they have 11 players sitting today.
11?
I thought I saw 11. Well, I should say 11 players on the injury report.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they're not all gonna, but 11 players on the injury report. And then they come out earlier this week and say they're having internal talks about Anthony Davis and stuff like that. So it's like if they trade Ayo or if they trade Kobe White, then he steps into a bigger role. Especially if they trade. Let's just hypothetically say they trade for Davis.
Yeah.
That opens up a big time for him to step into that lead guard role next to Giddey.
Yeah, that's definitely potential. I think for these 3 weeks that we were watching him, he has not really helped you out too much. So I think it was okay to drop him at that time, but he could be somebody that ends up back on your roster if they do make any sort of move that way. So it's good to think about moving forward and just keep an eye on. I know Kobe White has a calf problem right now, but maybe they're just being precautionary.
That goes along with
trade him.
Yeah, it goes along with his knee or whatever injury that he had coming into the season. I think they're just being cautious about it.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But overall, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4 definite wins, 1 partial, with Jalen Duren, and then just 1 loss with Keontae. So overall, it looks like we are almost athletes. Or almost podcasters.
We almost know what we're talking about.
But we'll see. We'll do better this week. I think we've got some pretty good guys on the list here, so feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, where do you want to start? You want to start cop, drop, or shop?
Start with cop, because I think some of these guys, may have changed, but we'll see.
I'll preface this. We made this list 2 weeks ago, but planning on doing the podcast last week. I don't know necessarily if I would have Khalil Ware on that list right now.
Oh, you want to take him off?
I don't want to take him off. I have him on my fantasy team. When I did this list, when I was doing my research and stuff, he was playing amazing, rebounding like crazy, like 14 a game. Since I guess Bam has been back, he's going to the bench. And
it wasn't right when he came back. That was the weird thing. Bam came back, and it was like 2 more games of he didn't start, but he still got you 20 and 16, and you're like, oh, this is great. They're gonna play them together, right? And then they don't play them together, and then all of a sudden it's back.
I guess they don't trust Bam to play 4.
I don't think they want him to for whatever reason. Spoelstra just refuses to put them both in and play them
I don't know.
minutes together. So it's tough, but at the time, where you were all about him.
No, I was, and I picked him up on my team. He's on my team right now. I don't know how long he'll be on there, but we'll see. He was up. I mean, he's up at this time he was up 10, 12 point fantasy points per game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, he was getting a block, his 14 rebounds a game, 56% from the field, 30, almost 40% from three, which was very impressive. I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
that. I knew he shot the ball okay last year, but I didn't see 40% this year.
40's great. Yeah, you'll take that
So
all
if he
day.
can keep that up, and that's something that I think Spoelstra will turn to. You would think, Bam does not shoot the ball well. He hasn't his whole career really, um, and at this point he kind of is what he is. Maybe he develops it a little bit, but if you can get your second year player shooting 40% from three,
Oh
I mean,
man,
you I don't know how you don't play
I
7 footer.
know.
I
You
don't know how
gotta.
you don't play him.
I feel like you gotta try to play them together at some point, just to get them the minutes, because otherwise Ware's only playing 22 to 24 minutes, and that's just not enough for him to be productive. So
For
I'd
sure.
like to see them play them together more, but I'd still hold on to him probably just to see how their player. I mean, that's why we kind of do this every 2 to 3 weeks, just to see how these numbers work, because you might have a down week like this where he doesn't start and he doesn't play, and then maybe next week they change their mind. So
And I think that he doesn't benefit from the way they play because they play pretty fast. Then I mean, like I said, they're number one offense in the whole NBA because they run like crazy and they run and they shoot, and so I don't think that lends itself to big men, especially ones like him where he needs a,
yeah,
a touch in the paint or he needs a trail three. But by the time he kind of gets set up in the offense, they're kind of moving.
yeah,
I think that's where Bam fits better than he does because Bam is very fluid and he can move and he can run the floor.
hmm
So maybe that's just where Spoelstra is right now with his team as far as like he knows they need to move it. So Khalil Ware is a little slow footed, so maybe they just lean towards Bam,
yeah,
which is fine.
yeah. That's fine. I think at the time, that was a good pick. So we'll see how that one plays out. But another guy that's slowed down a little bit since last week, but still somebody I would consider picking up is Reed Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Shocking.
Udoka,
He started
yeah,
bad.
he did start bad. And I think that's partially why he made his way onto the list, because he's really showing flashes there of, I mean, Udoka just didn't want to play him for so long, and now all of a sudden he's getting closer to 30 minutes, 28 minutes roughly, and shooting the lights out from three. So
That's the difference. I think
yeah,
that's the difference.
yeah, which is really what they need. They need shooters, and
Oh yeah.
he does okay passing the ball. He's not the best, but he at least gets you something there. So I think that's where his value was all coming from, just raining threes and playing more, getting more volume in across the board. So he was somebody that I think now his price would be a little bit lower. You could still go grab him and hope that they kind of go back to playing him the minutes that they were.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as his playmaking needs to be better for him to be reliable as far as fantasy production wise. His shooting's great. I just yeah, his defense 2.3 steals was just kind of shocking
Mm-hmm.
because he was getting picked on. I only watched a few Houston Rockets games, but every Houston Rockets game I watched at the beginning of the year, he was getting picked on.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised, but it could be AI steals. So like Allen Iverson steals,
Yeah.
where Allen Iverson averaged 2 to 3 steals a game for his whole career almost. Then he can't play lick of defense. So I always think steals is a little bit of an exaggerated stat.
Yeah. Well, that's why they call him the shepherd. He's tending to his flock, is just chasing
Yeah.
everyone around. Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah.
I'm optimistic because I think they'll need somebody like him to continue to play those minutes and shoot the ball like he is, because obviously their other guards are not the best at that. But it's possible
No,
he
they're
just kind of
not.
hangs around. It's hard to be worse than Amen Thompson shooting. So
Almost impossible to be worse than Amin Thompson shooting. I think last time we did a review of Amin Thompson, he was shooting 0%.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
I don't know what he's at now, but
maybe
let's see.
still zero. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll
probably-
find out real fast.
Is this from three?
Yeah, from three.
He's probably like 20. I'm gonna guess 23%.
Let's see. He is 20% from three.
Oof, man,
this
that was
year
being
so
generous.
far.
That's rough,
Generous. Yeah.
man.
Let's. Does it say on 0.4 made threes a game?
Oof. So he's not even taking that.
Not
many.
even shooting them.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Huh.
Yeah, tough.
All right. Well, those are our cops that are semi-cops now, but they're They're just in. They're on parole, I guess, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I am still optimistic about where. I just we'll see if he can get some minutes. But moving on, we can go down to the our shop list.
But yeah,
Um,
the list is growing.
yeah, I think your guy's up first. I think you went with Franz
Franz Wagner.
Wagner.
Yes. Da. Yeah, got to get rid of him. No, I mean
Yeah,
he's playing fine. I don't think his looking at his numbers, nothing across the board is super startling. Like he's pretty much about where he's been all year, but this has been with Paolo being out and with Bain playing a little bit better, and I don't think the Magic are necessarily going to improve that much. So I just see a little bit of regression coming his way. I wouldn't say it's going to fall off or anything, but I think if you can shop him for somebody that sees his production now and it's like, oh yeah, he's a solid player, maybe you
yeah,
can try and get somebody that you think is either a buy low or somebody that you're really interested in for. He's a good piece that you could shop to get something with. So I look at him as more of a good trade piece than, if you end up with him, just keep riding what he's doing. I don't think it'll change too much, but
yeah. I mean, 40 fantasy points a game looks really good. But what people might not see is the fact that, like you said, Bane's starting to play a little better, so the ball's going
mm-hmm.
to get out of his hands. Paolo's not playing. When Paolo gets back, I don't like them two as a duo. I think that they're the same player. Franz is a little bit better, like, creator, but neither of them can shoot, and that's a problem. And
Yeah,
so, and even if 4.4 assists a game is not going to push you above that much further above anybody
no,
on the roster. So, I I just don't see him fitting with this team. I know that they're committed to them, which is fine, I guess, but I don't see. I
yeah,
just don't see it. I see them probably moving on from him at some point. One of them too, but I don't think it's
yeah.
going to be Paolo.
I don't think so either. So I don't know. I mean, I just see little drops and everything. Maybe he's averaging an extra free throw and a half. That's going to come down. His shooting probably stay about the same, but one extra rebound, half an assist. Point steal here or there. It's going to drop slightly. So if you can take advantage of that and get somebody that's a slightly better piece, I would try to do that because I just
Yeah,
don't see it.
you may look at guys that are kind of on the injury cusp, where you're thinking about like Kawhi Leonard's having a great season,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't play every game and
Yeah,
he misses a lot, So if you can capitalize on the fact that Franz is going to play, you may be able to kind of. He doesn't. I don't know. His fantasy points per game is not going to be as high as Kawhi, but you can get a frustrated manager to be
yeah,
like, okay, I'll bid low, and take a chance on somebody who's going to play a bunch more than my guy who's scoring. I think Kawhi is at
he's like
50 right now,
46 or
maybe.
something,
Yeah, 40, a little
47.
bit less than 50. So I think they're close enough to make it like, okay, maybe so.
Yeah. Yeah. So if there's somebody like that you're interested in, that you're willing to take a little risk, or, like you said, maybe they're coming off an injury or something that you think they're going to outperform that, probably upper 30 points per game, then yeah, I'd go for it. It's not going to get better.
No, I don't think so. My guy that I put on this list is Matas Buzelis
Ah,
from Chicago. Uh, I just think he's just been disappointing, really. I mean, 30 fantasy points a game might look good, but it's not coming easy for him.
yeah.
And this team is all over the place. They started off 6-1, and now they're
Yeah.
ten
Like 9
or
and
whatever
10.
they are now.
Yeah. The Pretenders, they're back.
Yeah, they're back. I don't know if he just is not. Let's see. So he's shooting 34% from three. That's okay.
Yeah.
36 last year, I think. So
Yeah.
a little bit down on that. He's not getting to the line at all, even
Yeah.
though he is a good free throw shooter.
And he's getting to the line more than he did last year, barely.
Yeah,
But it's
barely
like
by
3
one.
shots a game, not that much.
Yeah. So I just think I think he's still growing, and that's essentially it. It's just like he's a second year player, and he's
Yeah.
going through his second year slumps that a lot of them do, and this Bulls team didn't have a lot of players to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So teams focused on him and Vooch, and so that's kind of where you are with this team as far as he's the number one on the scouting report until Kobe White starts playing more and better.
Yeah.
So I
No,
think
I'm
I think
glad
that's
I'm glad you put him on the list because I feel like there's a lot of believers in Buzelis out there still,
for sure.
and even I kind of went back and forth pre-season of just, man, is he really going to break out this year? I wanted to believe it, but there was still a lot of the numbers and projections and everything I was looking at. I'm like, I don't see how he's going to be this top 100 guy that everyone's wanting him to be. Like, yeah, I think he'll be a decent player and probably improve from last year, but I wasn't willing to, take him before he was coming up in the draft around his ADP. So, and he's kind of performed about exactly where his ADP was. So if you reached for him, you haven't been super happy about it. But there may still be people out there that are like, oh, Buzelis, he'll figure it out. And maybe he will, but I'm not as confident in that after seeing him the first, 20 games of the year of just, I don't really see the Bulls getting better, especially if they do make some sort of trade. I think that only hurts his value probably.
depends. It depends, I guess. It depends on how much gravity that player's going to get. If you get Anthony Davis, he's gonna draw double teams and he's gonna maybe be able to capitalize on that, but his 3-point percentage needs to go up in that case because that'll boost his field points per game average. But I think that if they do make a trade for a role player, it's not going to help him any.
No, definitely not for a role player. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument if they trade for Davis that Davis will just get hurt, so then he'll play even more. Maybe in that case,
This guy,
we don't know. You see what he's capable
know.
of, and you're just like, man, just play.
30, they hit 32 the other game, 35 the other game, and
Yeah,
it was not like second quarter that he hurts his hand.
yeah.
I'm like, dude.
It's like
And the Mavericks, I'm guaranteeing you, they're just putting him out there just to showcase the league.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, look at him.
Look at him.
Shoot it 30 times, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Get average 35 a game, please. Please do that.
Help us out. Yeah.
He's not gonna do it. But going on to the last category we have here, a drop list, where we're just kind of giving up on these guys. They're just not even worth trying to shop around because we don't think anybody's even gonna try to jump at them.
And you kind of already talked about your guy, if you have more.
Yeah. So I can start. Isaiah Collier, who has just kind of had his job taken from him by Keontae, and his assists are good though. 6.4 assists a game. It's great, but it's just he's not scoring. He's only scoring 10 points a game.
He's not really shooting it at all.
No, he's not shooting it at all.
Not even 6 shots a game. They're basically just he gets his 10 points because he shoots it 5 times and makes a couple free throws and passes the ball around. I mean, why isn't he playing more than 24 minutes on a rebuilding team that's tanking?
I think that they're giving Keontae 36 minutes a game, and even then, I mean, they got Keontae and they're trying to showcase Lowry, and so those two guys are taking all the shots.
Yeah,
and that's where players like that can get you in trouble fantasy wise, because they shoot the ball 30 times a game, something crazy.
Yeah, and I get that element of it. I guess my confusion is if you're really tanking. And I get, you play these veterans like Kevin Love and Nurkic and Kyle Anderson and just these, guys that are obviously not going to win you a ton of games. So you're trying to lose games so you get better young players. But you have young players already that are decent and have shown flashes of being productive. Why wouldn't you want to try to do both, right?
Yeah, especially because you have a guy like Keontae who can play shooting guard and point guard. And so I don't know why you wouldn't want to slide him. I guess the 23 minutes maybe with I'm not sure rotation-wise how they're doing it, how they're splitting things up, but
man, I'd be lying if I said I watched a Jazz game this year. So
I watched one and it was a Bulls game. And it was on at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So
You're
it's
just
the only game going.
yeah, just grasping for something at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the game. Actually, I think it was the game he hit the buzzer beater. So
Oh, really?
I thought it was pretty
Oh,
great.
hey.
Keontae did.
Yeah, good choice.
So,
Was
yeah, not
that
a
a
bad.
double overtime or something?
Yeah. Yeah, double overtime game. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Pretty good game.
Anyways, I don't think he's worth holding on to, but I wish that they would give him a little bit more because last year he showed, yeah, he can get you almost 10 assists and, 12, 13, 14 points. And
And he's shooting 40% from three.
yeah,
He's up on that this year, which he was 37% last year. So, like,
yeah. I'm like, why would
I don't know. I don't know why the opportunities.
Luke and, these guys like
It-
play Ace Bailey, play George, play Collier.
He can't play defense.
Yeah.
That's one thing. He's small.
Yeah,
so
he is small.
So, like, maybe that, but again, like you talk about, this is a team that's not trying to win.
Right.
So, I don't know why they're not playing him more to develop him, but
Yeah, at least get your
Maybe
point guard
they-
out there that can make good passes to get your other guys
Yeah.
involved that you're trying to develop or something, But otherwise, I guess they're just going to run everything to your George.
yeah. Yeah, which, I mean, if I was running that team, I probably would as well. I don't
Yeah.
know. George has got the size, got the potential.
Yeah.
He would be the focus, but I would definitely try to see what's going on. But I think at this point, they're not trying. And that's the kind of the fact of the matter is that they're not playing him very much. And if they do play him, he's not shooting. So he's a fantasy
Yeah,
non-factor. So you might as well drop him and try to find somebody to replace that production.
that's true. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why we're not GMs or, roster construction experts. But
Give me a chance.
Yeah, we'll see. Imagine that.
Your guy on this list?
Fire Brian chance.
Yeah, hey, I'd be happy to take that. Give me that cash and I'll walk out the door.
No, my guy's another bull, Trey Jones, he's gotten a little bit more playing time in the last game just because Kobe's been out, and so he's picked it back up slightly. But at the time, he was losing his playing time with Kobe White being back. He was not looking so good anymore, and he had a great start to the season. But as we kind of expected, once White come back, that really limits his value. And I mean, a lot of his values from steals, anyways, and decent three-point shooting and some assists.
But he's not shooting.
Right, he's not shooting at all now. So you're just relying on him as kind of a steals, three-point streamer, and a couple assists here and there. But it's just not enough. So I guess until White's back, but White probably will be back shortly. So I wouldn't really waste a stream on him.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't know. I think his start to the season was great. I think he was up mid-30s, maybe upper 30s.
Yeah,
so he started off really good.
37 for a minute.
Yeah, so for people that picked him up early, good for y'all. I think you did. Yeah, so good for you.
I also dropped him early. So
Yeah, so you're on it.
yeah.
But I just think that it's that time. He's being replaced, and
Yeah.
I don't know, unless I know we keep beating the drum, but if there's a trade and they trade guards, then maybe he steps up and you can capitalize on that. But I wouldn't as soon as you see that trade and you see a couple guards go out for a big or something like that, then think about it. But right now, there's no point in doing that.
Yeah. Now it makes me think, in 2 to 3 weeks, what other Bulls guards are there we can put on this drop list? Because we did Decimu, we did White, I'm not putting Giddey on it, but
No. Giddey's playing pretty good.
maybe Kevin
I think we'll just
Huerter.
put
Kevin
Where's
Huerter.
Vooch at?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if he gets traded to the Mavs, who have
Vooch is
four
well.
centers.
Yeah, if he gets traded to the Mavs, they better have a deal going somewhere for Gafford because you cannot. Or Lively, honestly.
Yeah.
I know
I'd rather trade Lively at this point, but who knows?
I just a swollen foot and you're going to be out for months. What are we doing? Anyway, I could just go. This team, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's been
And
tough
now-
in Dallas.
Yeah, it's do they? That pretty much wraps up our Cop Shop drop. Now this is the
Now
part
that
of
we
the.
got Brian off track of the Mavs.
Yeah, I could just. I hate.
This is our.
I
5
love this
minutes
team
of
and I hate
therapy.
this team. Yeah, I love this team and I hate this team. It's just hard to watch a team not know what their identity is at all. And they're in a situation where they're like, should they tank? Yes, you should, because
Yes.
you have nothing else past next year
Yeah.
to offer the team. So it's like they were talking about it. They were like, "What's the benefit?" So you fight, you get to the 10th, maybe ninth seed.
Mm-hmm.
You win a couple games, you get the 8th seed, and you get to get absolutely dog walked by Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah. Good job.
great.
And now your
What a
lottery odds are
season.
worse.
Yeah, your lottery odds now you're in the 16, 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Whoa, Cooper Flag got this experience." For what? He
Yeah.
got to watch his team he got to see his team show how far they are from
Yeah.
winning a championship. That's what you
Exactly.
showed him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
It's different when you got a couple more pieces that you can like try and get them some playoff experience that matters, but I don't. Yeah, like you said, it's you kind of got to buy into the one way or the other. You got to pick pretty soon here, so I guess before the trade deadline.
Well, this team is close. I mean, I say it's close, but like I know they're 7-15, but if you trade AD for a good guard and some picks and whatever you have to get to match $55 million,
Yeah,
which will get a bunch back. And you go and you take your pick this year and you draft Michael Brown or one of these really high guards that are in this. I think I was looking at somebody that said like in the lottery they have like 7 guards that they're predicting to be taken in the lottery, and they're all solid. So like this is a very guard heavy draft. So you capitalize on that, you could be right in it, and maybe you get lucky enough to snatch DeBonsa or I don't really know if Boozer fits this, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like he's gonna probably go 1 or 2 anyways. I doubt we'd get.
It'll be Peterson. Peterson will be number 1. Darren Peterson from Kansas.
I mean,
that guy is 6'6", 205. He is nuts.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then it'll be like DeBonsa and Boozer.
Yeah,
that's what I think. That's what I predict.
Which is a solid 3. So any of those guys would be great. But if you want a guard, you got a good class for guards.
Yeah. There's a guy for Virginia Tech. He's a foreigner. He got this weird name. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Anyway, he's like 6'9".
Oh,
and
wow.
he had a game where he scored like 35, and he had 35 and 8 assists or something like that.
Sheesh.
And he was hitting step backs and all this stuff. Now, he hasn't continued that. He's kind of dipped off a little bit, but everybody was like, "Whoa, he looks familiar, doesn't he?" Like Luka. Oh,
okay.
That's funny. That's funny. That's where the comparison was like,
Yikes.
"Whoa, what if the Mavs get this guy?" Okay.
I'm sure we will now, and he'll probably suck.
Yeah, for sure. But we get to go watch this team tonight play the Heat. So we'll see how they go.
I'll be curious to see how the centers, at least watching the centers, Gafford's in. So I'd like to see him and Bam and Ware and whoever else.
Maybe Ware.
Maybe. Well, yeah. Is he day to day or something?
No, I'm just saying they don't play him.
Yeah, true. Well, maybe in his 24 minutes we'll match up with Gafford's 24 minutes. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know if AD's playing. I guess Supposedly, yeah.
Tonight.
I would assume.
Yeah, not a back-to-back, so hopefully he plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, this team is it's frustrating. It's frustrating beyond belief.
You can see it all over your face.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Everybody leave positive comments for Brian to get him back into his happy
Christmas
self.
spirit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Christmas time. You got to start decorating your house. Now, I'll ask you, how's do you find decorating your house to be the most stressful experience ever?
I don't do a lot of it, so
No.
no, but a little bit, yes.
We got boxes on boxes on boxes.
So yeah, I mean, usually I would agree more. In this case, my roommates are moving out, so their stuff's everywhere. So we just haven't got any stuff out. So it's just kind of like trees up, a couple things are up, but that's all we're doing. So not super stressful this time.
Yeah, the tree is the most. Our tree is kind of interesting. So we have cats, and so they eat the needles off of regular trees. So what we did, me and my mother-in-law did, built cut this tree out of wood, and it's
Okay.
just like it's shaped like a tree. It's huge, and so it goes all the way. It looks like a tree, but so we wrap lights. But every year, I get so frustrated. Every year, I'll wrap this thing, and I keep the bags all nice, 1, 2, labeled 1 through 5 on where
Okay.
they go and stuff like that. I'll always get to the end and be short, and I don't know how. I bought lights like 3 years in a row, and I'm like, I don't understand how I keep getting short, and so I have to go to Walmart and buy more lights, and it's a mess. But anyway,
I see the stress now. It's
Yeah.
all making sense.
oh yeah, we got the little Christmas village
I love
up
those.
in the background.
I
there.
love the Christmas village. That's my favorite Christmas decoration. When people have like the fake snow, or they do like
Yeah.
the little, cotton balls or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that's
for
a nice.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
a nice
we
little
do
village.
all the stuff, and we put it all together. We got the windmill and we got a
Yeah.
fountain, little
Do
skaters.
you have the ice skaters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
have them
yeah.
down there. I wish I could
Nice.
show you, but they're down there at the bottom, right
Hell
there,
yeah. Yeah, that's one of the best ones.
moving around. It's really old,
Yeah,
and so they're very fragile.
absolutely. Oh yeah, they're
So-
like super super fragile. My grandma had a bunch of those growing up, but we've found some here and there at thrift stores and whatnot, and we're like, oh my god, it's the best.
Yeah. So leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, please. Tell us what your favorite or least favorite thing about decorating for Christmas is. We
And
look forward to hearing
yeah,
that.
pray that the Mavericks decorate their roster a little bit for us this Christmas.
Please make a trade before Christmas time.
Yes.
I don't care who it is. Clay,
Give us
D'Lo.
something, yeah.
Give us something to be excited about.
I haven't shown you my Clay jersey yet, but I
Oh,
can't.
yeah, you got one?
Well, I got my fiance. She went to Washington State, right? So we got
Okay.
a Washington State Clay Thompson jersey.
Oh, nice.
So I
you
was-
know he won't.
Yeah, he won't be here,
That'll-
but
Huh?
he probably won't be here too much longer, I'm guessing. But
Yeah, but the Washington State jersey.
yeah, it's forever.
timeless.
Exactly. So I figured it'd be a good one to have around just in case we ever go to Mavs game.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like doing the retro jerseys like that.
Yeah.
Hard to find sometimes.
I know, and it was like, $30 on eBay or something. But
Oh, it's not
it
bad.
actually fit me. So it's like there's only 2 on eBay.
Dang.
Well, under $100 or something. So
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to pay $100.
it's not worth. I'm not that addicted to Washington State.
Yep, that's my fun fact.
All right, cool beans. Cool beans. Well, we will see y'all next week.
Yes,
Please, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, follow everywhere that you can, and
we'll be back with some more up to date stats
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, please. Yeah, we will comment. There's been some comments on our a few of our posts here in shorts and stuff, and we
Yeah.
always get back to what
Did you
to
get more
everybody,
comments?
So. Yeah, we got one more. I
Oh,
think as
sweet.
far as I saw, somebody was talking about our Curry comment.
Oh, nice.
About yeah, they
I
said
need to go look at it.
Yeah, it was more saying that the shoe must be good because he hasn't had ankle injuries in a while. And I
Oh.
said something along the lines of, "Are we sure it's the shoe or is it the titanium braces that he's wearing?"
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Also, he's out with an ankle injury. Right
No
now.
way. Well,
So,
there you go. So, but don't worry, they got Seth
oh yes, yeah. Just
Curry.
throw on the
so
same
basically
jersey.
the same.
Yeah, just 30.
Yeah.
Give him the 30 jersey. It'll be fine. Nobody.
He's
will
wearing 31.
know. Oh, perfect.
So perfect. So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, all right. Everybody have a good one.